What was it like cuddling and stuff with the huge postpartum pads on? Did your husband find it gross?
It's Reese.
And Taman.
And we are back with another episode of Adventures of Reese and Taman +1. We are coming to you guys today with the postpartum Q&A. This video is going to be a little bit shorter than our marriage tag, but let's get into it so you guys can get to know all about our postpartum experience. Before we hop into this video, make sure you like and subscribe and ring that bell to stay notified every time the Adventure Fam puts up new content. Now, without further ado, let's hop into the content, mamas.
All right, Sonny. Co-sleep or crib? What do you recommend? What do we recommend? We recommend whatever
works for you. Yeah, whatever works, because we honestly do both.
Yes. So we tried. We had a family member very strongly recommending no co-sleeping whatsoever. Yeah. He didn't co-sleeping whatsoever. His father didn't condone co-sleeping. So we tried that mode. We have a bassinet next to our bed, so she's not necessarily in her own room. So the bassinet's more for us. Mm-hmm. It keeps us separate, so there's no co-sleeping. Mm-hmm. But also, she's close enough to where when she needs to get fed or she needs a diaper change or anything, she's close to us in the middle of the night.
Now. But we also can put her in her crib in her room and where she takes naps now, and she's not freaking out because she doesn't necessarily need to be under us when we sleep. However, by the morning time, she is sleeping in our bed. Mm-hmm. So we say both. Both works for us.
Right, because
she can independent sleep and co-sleep.
Mm-hmm. So what happens is she wakes up for her not even her last bottle, her morning bottle at 6 a.m. or so?
Because she goes back to sleep after her 4 a.m. bottle. She goes right back in her bassinet. Mm-hmm. But then after her 6 a.m. Bottle, either around 6 or 7, then it's easier for me to feed her if I decide to breastfeed her or if I decide to give her a bottle to have her in the bed. Like, I'm also tired as hell at 6:30.
Right, so then she's just able to go to sleep. So she maybe co-sleeps for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Until her dad comes and gets her, and then she has her next bottle up and about. But she stays in the bed.
And then then when she does go to sleep after that, it's in her own little her rocker. So she's still sleeping by herself. Yeah. So honestly, to her, she may sleep by herself. That may be her. Yeah. She may think she sleep by herself.
And at night, she expects to sleep by herself. And now in her bedtime routine, I am gonna do bedtime routine hacks for Mom and Dad Mondays, maybe next Monday, because we have bedtime down, okay? We have bedtime down to a science, okay? And I'm gonna share, bobblehead, I'm gonna share that science with you guys and help y'all to get your little ones to sleep.
We're literally gonna be like, all right guys, it's 3 a.m.
Right.
Still sleep.
Yes, we're gonna let you guys see our entire bedtime routine. But anyways,
all right.
So we say co-sleep.
Yeah. Whatever works.
Whatever works for you. Co-sleep or sleeping independently. Sleep training early. Sleep training late.
And the other thing you have to be very cognizant of is that newborns, they just give them whatever they need. Yeah. There is that was something that we read a lot too. Was that you can't spoil a newborn baby. Mm-hmm. But they need something if they're crying. So
because we do get her when she cries, because you see her right now, she's chilling, and this is how she is most of the time. So if she's crying, then she wants something. She's uncomfortable in her position. She wants to be fed. She wants, like something.
If you do co-sleep, does it affect your intimacy?
No, we don't let anything affect our intimacy.
No, we actually was maneuvering around where our intimacy happened when it needed to.
Yeah, and there are other spaces in your home. When your baby is asleep, let your baby sleep and do what you need to do as an adult. Take that time when your baby's asleep and do what you need to do. If you're tired, sleep with the baby. If you're not tired, bless you.
Yeah, so we don't let much of anything affect our intimacy.
Yep, get intimate in your living room, get intimate in your kitchen, get intimate in your basement, get intimate in your bathroom, get intimate in your laundry room, get intimate wherever you need to get intimate. There's lots of places.
Right.
It doesn't have to be where your baby is co-sleeping with you at.
Right. Get creative. Do you guys spend quality time with the new baby? Of course. Every morning,
I really was like, is that one of the questions? Because yes, of course we spend time with the baby.
She's a baby.
Yeah, right, baby? Of course we spend time with you.
Do you guys let family visit? Very strict.
Yeah.
Very restricted, strict visiting.
To be honest, the only people who visit now is Tamon's parents. And we have one friend who frequently visits, but she's also pregnant, so she's also never around anyone.
Right.
So, yeah.
Baby 2, on or off the table? Baby 2 is definitely on the table.
On.
It's just about timing.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. And we
it's
want
timing
Sunny
that
to have
we
all
want.
of us.
Yeah, right.
So
that was something we even discussed, even putting off longer on having a second child, just because, like, after actually, like, of course, you know, you have this plan before you have your child, but once the baby is here, it's like, I kind of want her to have as much time as she needs before we have to then also devote our attention to another child.
Right. Which is even why we're just like, we don't really know how many kids we want to have. Ideally, we know how many we want to have, but it really depends on where we are financially and how we're really feeling with the load that we currently have.
Right, because we want them to have enough attention from us. Like, y'all have each other, but you also have parents.
Yeah, and even our families are always talking about how, you know, we need breaks, we need this, we need that, but we really don't feel that way just yet. So, like, we just like spending time with her, and we want to have the time to spend with however many kids we choose to have. So in terms of my postpartum experience, it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So the last thing I was worrying about was some pads. If anything, I was happy that I had the pads on so that I can get some sleep without having to get up every 5 seconds to worry about, you know, bleeding through. And there's very little things that bother Tamon.
So, like, part of the, I guess, nerd thing about me is, like, I'm really into science. And so, like, literally all kinds of science. So that is human, you know what I'm saying, biology, anatomy, like all of that. So there isn't much that can really make me, because I'm like, it's the human body. This, like, your body has to do this, right? Okay, so why am I tripping if that's what your body has to do?
Like, I just pushed out a kid. He's not going to be like, I'm uncomfortable cuddling with you since you're alive after this major thing that just happened. Like,
this is what happened.
That's the least of our. We honestly didn't know what to. I thought I was going to be in diapers, so we were both prepared for that reality.
Yes, that's what she was saying.
So, and he was not like.
Even then, I was just going to be like, I'm gonna
I just had a baby. Who cares? Like, who cares? Mary, you just had a baby. Like, whoever you're with should not care about a pad getting in the way of some cuddling.
Right. Are you enjoying being new parents so far?
We love being parents. We love being parents.
Every moment of it.
She's just the coolest baby, and babies do cute stuff all the time. Babies have really great baby energy. You know, look at her face. Like, how could you not love this face and spend time with this baby? Even when she cries, like, you don't even you just feel bad for the baby. Like, you don't feel bad about your life.
I'll just be wanting her to get over. Like, I'll be wanting to help her get past whatever's making her cry.
Yeah. No, we love.
Like, when she's colicky, breaks my heart.
We really can't wait for her to get bigger so she can do fun stuff. Like, we can wait because we know it's gonna come fast. But like we're so excited to do like all the kid stuff. We even just started watching the Berenstein Bears and like realized that there's so many lessons. And
like every episode has a lesson. I'm just like, wow.
And I'm excited to watch those with her when she's like 4 and explain to her what they're talking about, and you know, explain to her these very, very, very important scenarios and stuff. Like, I'm excited to teach her. You know, like, we're parents.
Parents, full blown. How are you guys dealing with the lack of sleep? Pretty well. We actually have a pretty decent system. Yes. Like, she likes to be up at night, and I like to be up in the morning. So she handles the night shift, I handle the morning shift. And it works. I
can wake up as late as I want in the day. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to get anything done. It just means that at night, that's when I'm up. Like, that's when I'm doing what I'm doing. Or even, like, in the evening. He's off. 4 o'clock, he's done, you know? But I don't mind starting to work at 4 o'clock. I don't mind starting to work at 6 o'clock.
Do you guys think you have more or less patience since the baby? Like, with each other? Let me reread that. Do you think you guys have more or less patience with each other now that you have a baby?
Probably more.
Yeah.
Because
even when I feel like my patience is starting to wear thin, I take a step back. I'm just like, there's a lot going on. We have a baby now. It's just
Even we had a weird transitional, you know, I guess hiccup, like when last week or the week before. She was really colicky. I think we were both kind of just like cranky, and we were kind of getting up like on top of each other. And I think even in that moment, we still didn't fight. We were still like, we both need some grace right now. We have been taking care of Sunny by ourselves. You know, we have not had help because of the pandemic, and we have her morning, noon, and night. And it's not like we can we can't get out of the house. So we're always home. So we need to express patience and grace with each other in order to make sure that our family unit stays happy, being literally like isolated for Monday through Friday. We are social, you know, like on weekends with, like I said, with our other couple friends who are expecting as well. But that's about as far as it goes. You know, we have newborns, so we have to kind of keep ourselves safe, and you know. But I think we expressed even more patience with each other with everything, because I was definitely gonna spaz on you for that pancake mix, and I was like, no, because he got up and made breakfast, so I'm sure he just didn't have nuggets.
I was trying to figure out an alternative. But do you think your marriage has changed after having her? No.
I think so. I think we look at life a little differently together for her and with her than we thought before. Like I think she made us like grow up a little bit real fast. Like we think of a lot of stuff really a lot differently. I think this is probably the most we've ever talked about, like health insurance. Like
absolutely.
Like, you know, like things like that. Like I think so. I think it has affected us to more responsible.
You know, I was never like, yo, health insurance.
Yeah.
And like I was telling Ree, like, when this presidential cycle started, I was just like, honestly, I'm just looking for who got the best health plan.
Yeah.
Really?
Healthcare.
That's one of my
conversation. Yeah. You know, we've been really up on the list. We at our whiteboard, like I've been really trying to make sure that whiteboard stays current. Like we have just been getting more structured, I think, as a family, and like really being really intentional about our time and stuff, especially now because we really love to spend time with each other. So like we have to be intentional about that. Like,
and just like, you know, I'm sure some of you guys people just like they were the people that held y'all together. You know what I'm saying? Like your parents were your structure. And like we have to, like I feel like subconsciously we're realizing and starting to work toward that foundation that she needs in order to
like we want to be better for each other so we can be better parents for her. And so like I think we're definitely growing into a better couple because of her. Like she's definitely making us, you know, get it together, whatever it is. Our family, I guess, our day to day. I just want to go ahead and point out that Tamon's head is way bigger than mine, and you can clearly see the comparison right now on camera. And that has always been a running, you know, like thing. So, you know, if in past videos, if you watch it, we're often having the argument about our head sizes, but I just want to let y'all know that it's obvious
that I'm closer to the camera. So,
we are at the same spot.
Next
it's
to the
obvious
next question,
that his head is bigger. So
if you plan on having more children, how many are you hoping to have?
If you plan on having more, I literally just copied these and pasted it in there. I didn't edit them at all.
Okay. That's what's throwing me out. If you're planning to have more children, what are you hoping for and how many? So we're definitely hoping for a boy next.
Yeah.
And
if we get another girl, it's fine.
We're not, and you know, not to talk about anybody, but like I just don't understand how some people can be like, yeah, my next child is gonna be this. I'm like,
and then when it's not that, they be like depressed. Like
I'm like,
it's a human.
The next baby is gonna be exactly what you say. Are you getting this thing like artificially done? Because if not,
because if you are, then that's possible.
The dice, bro. Yeah. Like I just don't understand it. I get that's what you're striving for. That's what you're aiming for, but
or like that's what you
have no choice
for.
In that. You have zero choice in that. So you get what you get. So we are hoping for a boy, and I think that was kind of that was actually something that we talked about, was that if we had a boy next, we would kind of like, for our third child, it would just be whatever happens would be our third child. But if we had a girl next, then we would actually, like, just like we planned for Sunny and our second child, we would plan our third child.
Yeah.
Because we want to have a boy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
But ultimately, it doesn't matter how the combination comes. It doesn't really matter. They're all going to be brothers and sisters. She's sleeping.
Do you find yourself missing your wife now that the baby is here? That was definitely a thing for me when I had my kid. So, yes, absolutely. I actually at one point in time expressed to Rhea that she was like, I think you actually asked me like, wow, like my energy seemed kind of off. And I was like, I just miss you. I feel like I don't get enough of your time. I literally, since Sunny's here, I just feel like there isn't enough time in the day. Like, whether it's going to work and taking care of her and spending time with Reed, I just feel like there's literally isn't enough. It's to the point to where we pretty much stay up till about 2 every night.
And we have to if we ever want to spend time with each other. Well, that is when he told me he felt like he wasn't getting enough of me, that is when we implemented our nighttime, we spend time with each other. Because honestly, that's the only time that we get a stretch of her being asleep. So we're up anyway because it's the only time we get to do anything else. Like that's probably like Tamon's only time he'll get to play his game uninterrupted, or the only time where I'll get to just be on my laptop without somebody on my lap, or I'll be able to pump and then just do nothing, like just for a few hours. So yeah, but we communicated that and it was rectified.
Communication, guys.
And then that was it.
That's it.
So anytime we feel like we're falling off, we communicate with each other, because no relationship is going to be perfect all the time. But if you don't communicate where you see little things starting to lack, then you can't fix it as you go. You're just going to have a big pile up of problems, and like that could be easily avoidable.
That's why we've never had a blow up with each other.
Yeah. Because before we let it get there, and you have to care about your partner's feelings. Yeah. I don't like to hurt his feelings, and he doesn't like to hurt mine.
Also, it's like it's kind of hard for us to exist around each other when we haven't said anything.
Yeah.
Like for us to
you could like cut the tension with a knife.
Yeah.
It gets so intense, especially because we are intentionally happy every day. So when there's something that is making the household not happy, the energy is off. And I think we pump so much good energy into the house that when there's some bad energy, it just feels gross. Like it really doesn't feel good. So, we just go ahead and we chop it up right away. We'll even be like just sitting there and be like, I'm really upset that we're mad at each other right now. Like it's really bothering me that like we're getting under each other's skin. And then we talk about what we're doing to each other that's annoying.
Yep. Is it hard being new parents, or do you think it'll get harder when she gets older and easy now? I think it's easy now.
Yeah. I think not only do I think it's easy now, I think that every stage come with challenges. So I think every stage is going to be different. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be easier or harder.
Yeah.
But it's definitely going to be different. Because we had a stage where she was extremely gassy, and it would literally hurt our feelings, y'all, to see her go through that. And that is a challenge, Yeah. But that's also something we're not going to have to deal with when she can talk and say, Mom, my stomach is hurting.
Yeah.
I can't fart. I'm not going to the bathroom. I don't know what to do. Help me. It's a lot easier when they can talk, but then you have other host of changes, puberty.
Yeah.
You have different interaction with different humans. She's not always going to be in the house with us. So she's going to be learning stuff from other people, and that is going to be another host of people. We're going to have to tell her, no, that's not right what this guy said. Or
whoever.
Yeah, so.
And last question. Have you guys adjusted to having a new baby, or does it still feel new? Honestly, so it's kind of like, honestly, a mix.
I can't imagine living without her, but I remember what it was like when it was just us.
Yeah.
And I think that's because it is so new. We've only had her for 2 months. So I think both. Like, I can't imagine waking up and not seeing her there, but also I remember what it was like when it was just us. So I don't know.
Maybe it's too early?
Maybe. Because sometimes when she's really, really quiet, I will just see Taman and just like think that it's just us. And then we'll be like, oh, the baby's crying, So, we can definitely get into our own little Reach and Taman world real fast. But then when she's like crying, you're like, oh my gosh, Sunny is upstairs waiting for us to give her something. Yeah. It's just so nice. It's like...
We have so many pictures.
Yeah. So I guess we have adjusted. It's
still new.
Yeah. It's still new, but I think we have adjusted well. I think.
You want to say bye, Sunny? She awake?
Yeah, but she's tired. want to say bye-bye, Sunny? Say bye. Look at those eyes. Say bye.
Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this postpartum tag. You know what to do if you haven't already. Be sure to like and subscribe this video. You need to be on top of these new posts that we're about to come out with.
Ring that bell to stay notified so you don't miss out on any other Adventure Film content.
Thank you.
Oh, you want me to say that?
You've already said it.
Alright guys, that's all we have for you guys. Thanks for sticking with us if you made it to the end of this video, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.